Mock collection number 2, specimen temperature, out of range collection. Before the collection begins, the collector must wash hands and put on gloves. Collector should also be wearing a name badge during the collection. Collector conducts a pre-collection inspection of the collection area to include secure all water sources, ensuring gluing agent is in the toilet, ensure that no soap, disinfecting, cleaning agents, or other potential adulterants are present. Tape is secure, no foreign unauthorized substances. Donor positively identified via an acceptable means of identification. Photo from an employer, federal, state, local government, or identification by the designated employer representing DER. Collector reviews collection instructions with donor. Collector checks CCF to see that laboratory name, address, specimen ID are printed on the CCF and required numbers of copy is provided. Collector checks to ensure that the specimen ID on the CCF matches and the specimen ID number on the specimen bottle seals. Collector completes administration portion of the CCF to include ensuring that the following information is pre-printed or inserted by the collector: employer name and address, MRO, collection site, donor social security number or employee ID number, reason for test, and test to be performed. Collector has donor remove any unnecessary outer clothing, briefcase, purse, or personal belongings. The collector must provide a receipt to the donor if requested and should store items in locked area. Collector instructs donor to empty pockets and display the items. The collector secure the items. Collector instructs the donor to wash his or her hands with water only, no soap. Collector allows the donor to select a collection kit. Collector unseals the collection kit while telling the donor, "I am unsealing a sealed specimen container. I am unsealing a sealed specimen container." Collector walks the donor to the restroom. Collector hands the collection cup to the donor. Instructs the donor to enter the restroom to provide the specimen. Not to flush the toilet, to return as quickly as possible. And to give me at least 45 mLs. The specimen temperature must be taken within 4 minutes. Collector conducts a post-collection inspection of the collection area. Collector directs donor to carry the specimen to work area and place it on hard surface. Both the donor and the collector must maintain visual contact with the specimen until the specimen bottles are sealed. Collector checks specimen temperature to ensure that it is between 90 and 100 degrees. The specimen temperature is out of range, and the collector checks no on step 2 of the CCF. Collector makes note and remarks section of the CCF to indicate that a second observed collection will take place and reference the second CCF ID number in the remarks section. Collector notifies the donor of the need and reason for a second collection under direct observation. Collector examines the specimen for unusual odor, color, or other signs of adulteration. Collector checks the volume of specimen to ensure 45 ml are present. Collector checks split specimen in step 2 of the CCF. Collector unseals specimen bottles in the presence of the donor. Collector transfers specimen to specimen bottles from the collector container. Collector affixes specimen bottles sealed to each specimen bottle, date and seal each. Collector discards excess specimen in the presence of the donor. Collector turns to the MRO copy of the CCF and instructs the donor to read the certification statement and sign on the appropriate blank. The donor provides his or her daytime phone number, evening phone number, and date of birth to the collector and prints his or her name and today's date. Collector provides his or her printed name, date and date of collection, signature, and time of specific delivery or courier service, transporting the specimen to the laboratory in step 4 on the laboratory copy of the CCF. Collector pulls new CCF for a second direct observation collection and notes the specimen ID number. And notes the specimen ID number of the second CCF in the remarks line of the original CCF along with the reason for the second collection. Collector cross-references the first specimen ID on the second observed collection CCF. Collector ensures that all copies of the CCF are legible and complete. Collector removes and gives the donor a copy of the first CCF to the donor. Collector informs donor to list any medications on his or her copy of the CCF in case the MRO calls. Collector places specimen bottle and laboratory copy of the CCF into the leak-proof bag and seals the pouch. Oh, but you can follow this. Huh? You can follow this.
Yeah, we're almost done.
You can follow it.
Okay.
Okay, collector places the sealed package into a shipping container. Collector places shipping container into a secure location. Collector checks second CCF to see the laboratory name, address, specimen ID number are printed onto the CCF and required number of copies are provided. Collector checks to ensure the specimen ID number on the CCF matches the specimen ID number of the labels. Collector completes administration portion of the CCF to include ensuring that the following information is pre-printed or inserted by the collector: employer ID or employer number, address, fax, phone number, MRO name, collector site, donor social security number or employee ID, reason for test and test to be performed. Collector marks observed in step 2 of the CCF. Collector allows the donor to select a collection kit. Collector unseals the collection cup and accompanies the donor into the restroom while he or she provides a specimen. Only males can observe males and females, and only females can observe females. There is no exception to this rule. The donor must lower pants and underpants to knees, lift shirt to just below the breast line, and then the donor must make a complete circle in front of the collector. The collector should then give the cup to the donor. The collector must observe the urine leaving the body, the actual voiding of the specimen from the donor into the collection container. The donor gives specimen to collector. Both the donor and collector must maintain visual contact with the specimen until the specimen bottles are sealed. Collector checks specimen temperature to ensure that it is between 90 to 100 degrees. Collector checks yes in step 2 of the CCF. Collector examines the specimen for unusual odor, color, or other signs of adulteration. The collector checks the volume of the specimen to ensure it is 45 mL are present. Collector checks split specimen in step 2 of the CCF. Collector unseals specimen bottles in the presence of the donor. Collector transfers specimen into the specimen bottles to the collection container, then affixes specimen bottles to each label and date them. Donor initials both specimen bottles and confirming that the specimen ID numbers are the same as the CCF. Collector discards excess specimen in the presence of the donor. Collector turns to the MRO copy of the CCF and instructs the donor to read the certification statement and sign the appropriate blank. Donor provides his or her daytime phone number, evening number, date of birth to the collector and prints his or her name and today's date. Collector provides his or her print name, date, time of collection, signature, and name of the specific delivery or courier service transporting the specimen to the lab. Collector ensures that all copies of the second collection of the CCF are legible and complete. Collector removes and gives the donor a copy of the second CCF to the donor. Collector informs the donor to list any medications on his or her copy of the CCF against MRO calls. Collector places the specimen bag, bottles, and the laboratory copy of the CCF into a leak-proof bag and seals the pouches. Collector informs donor that he or she is free to go. Collector places the sealed package into a shipping container. Collector places the shipping container into a secure location. Collector contacts the DER to inform him or her of the direct observed collection and the reason for its occurrence. Collector faxes both MRO copies of the CCF to the MRO. Collector sends both employer copy of the CCF to the DER. Collector retains the collector copies, MRO copies, and the employer copies of the CCF for 30 days. Collector ensures that the specimen will be shipped within 24 hours or on the next business day. And that completes specimen temperature out of range collection marks 2.